my friends? It's Andy coming to you live. The music never gets old. I listen to it nearly every day, probably 2 or 3 times a day, and I still love it. Hey, coming to you live from Southern California here. I'm so happy to announce that I will be finally, my Lord, coming out with the advanced portion of streaming live using Streamyard. Live streaming on Streamyard. That's actually the name of the product. And it's, you know, it's like all of you, it's been crazy, right? It's everything's been a little bit wacky. The kids, you know, most of you know that know me, know that I have 5 kids. 4 of them right now are homeschooling here online. I got a kid that's 6, 9, 12, and 14. Wow, they all had a birthday recently. Not all. A few of them had a birthday this recently, and I forgot their ages. But that's my excuse. In trying to shoot the videos around the noise and the online stuff going on, it just took a little bit longer than I wanted. But hopefully those of you that came in early, and not all of you that are watching did this, but took advantage of the early release where I allowed a few people to come in at a very low price on the basic intermediate. You'll be happy to know that the advanced is going to be coming out very soon. I want to come on today to let you know my target date for releasing it is on Wednesday. That is my target date. Let's hope that happens. And I'm pretty sure that it will. That's my target date. The only reason I say that is because I've had a few glitches with my computer lately and been on the phone with support trying to get things all straightened up. It seems that I have everything fixed. So I've been uploading videos. I uploaded 2 videos today. And so the release looks like it actually will take place on Wednesday. What's important to know about that is for 5 days only, it's going to be available for $29. For all 3, basic, intermediate, and advanced, all right, for a very short period of time, and then the price goes up significantly. And so I just wanted to let you know, I will be coming out on Wednesday with another show, giving you the URL that you're going to follow and showing you how you can get in for all 3. That's $10 a piece for each one of the training programs. Crazy, because I'm going to be taking you through the basic, how to get started doing StreamYard, and how to go live and starting your own show. And again, I think this is so important. And I don't think people that often watch this that have other kinds of businesses, like maybe you're a pool cleaner, or maybe you're a gardener, or maybe you're a roofer, or maybe you're a dentist, maybe you're a doctor. If you're an author in particular, you need to have a platform where you can go live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, through Periscope, Twitch, LinkedIn, and then you have another code that you can use, and you can actually go live from your website. And so that would be in the basic. I tell you how to simply get started, just going live, how to set up your lighting, how to set up the camera, how to have a show flow. And then in the intermediate, we begin to pick things up. There's other bells and whistles, right? There's just like this lower third here. You saw the intro that I had coming into this video. Maybe if you started late, you didn't see it, but there's an intro that kind of leads into the video. And then how to use screen sharing. So I'm going to share my screen now. And here am I sharing the screen to show you the website for streaming live streaming on StreamYard. Wow. And that is the website. And then I can make it full screen and then scroll through the platform to show you what the homepage of the website looks like. I'm going to be changing some things as I'm going forward. I'm seeing fonts that I want to change, and I think I want to change the color. If you click on library here, it'll take you to the 3 platforms that are currently in there right now. You don't have access. If you're in the basic intermediate, you won't see the advanced one yet, but you will see it. This is obviously my dashboard. But those are the 3 programs. You got your basic with getting started with StreamYard and live streaming, and then intermediate course, and then the advanced course. This is the one that's going to be added later. All right, and so that all of this, how to share your screen, and to keep your show going, how to keep talking, what things you need to consider as you're talking to your audience. If you have any comments, those of you that are watching, if you would just say hi, where you're watching from, that way I can share a comment and show people what that looks like as you're going forward. You have things like overlays. Let me see. So for one of my shows, I show you the difference between using StreamYard and Zoom. So on the left is what Zoom looks like, and it looks kind of like just 9 squares. You don't have any graphics to choose from or anything like that. But on the right is StreamYard, and you can have a background. You see that's the guy I'm interviewing there is a former fighter pilot. You can see underneath his picture, I have his name and his website that you can go to buy his book. And then in the background, we're in the sky because he's a fighter pilot. So I thought that would fit. So that's called an overlay, where I put that over the top of the video. And I explain how you have layers. You have a background, you have the video, and then you have the overlay, and how you use those and when you use those. I don't have. So here is, again, the lower third. That would be called lower third. This would be called a frame. A frame is where you have, stuff at the top and the bottom, and maybe even to the on the side. So you could have a frame. And again, I show you how to do that. Most of the stuff you'll find in the intermediate and advanced. Hey, Amy, there's a comment. So we'll talk about comments and when you should use comments, why comments are important, and showing them on screen. We talk about that in the intermediate program. All right. So the basic to get you started shows you about lighting, where to put the camera, and how to just push the button and start talking. And then the intermediate begins to show things like, how, when and where to use comments and to make sure and bring those up. Again, the show flow and the overlays. And then we also talk about some tools that are free. I have some great tools that are both free to setting up graphics. Let me see if I can find a graphic on one of these platforms here. Or not one of these platforms, one of these folders. Darn it. Let me see. Let me go to another. You have several folders you can go to. Oh, here we go. So here would be, this is like if I were to have my camera set. So this is just on the fly. And so I'm able to now split the screen, but that's also using an overlay, but I'm using something called Canva. Canva there's a free version. I think there's still a free version. And then there's a paid version of Canva, but this uses Canva, and I'm able to split the screen, and I could talk about, 29% off the Paseo products that I offer. This is the shirt I have on, right? Paseo. And I show you how to do things like that. That's a graphic. Here's a before and after that I did on Canva. This is my fat self there on the top, and then I lost a little bit of weight. And that is also using something like Canva. You can also use something for free, and I share that in the intermediate class. And you're going to want to make sure and hit that. Now, what do you get in the advanced? In the advanced is where you begin to really put your show together and try to look like a professional news platform or a talk show. And you don't have to have this. I have a whiteboard here that I utilize sometimes. I use the whiteboard for both writing on, and then I have an overlay that will go there. Let me see if I can find one, if I have one up somewhere, to show what that looks like. It's actually pretty cool. And it's one of the things I love doing. Let me go to one of my dog training ones here. Yep, here we go. And so here, oh man, it's just off kilter just a little bit. I didn't set it up ahead of time correctly, but that would be something. Normally, I would make sure before the show starts that it fits within the little white box there. And that has to do with zooming in my camera and having my camera at the right position. But that would be the thing. Let me see if I can try to fix that on the fly. Watch this. Watch this. Oops, wrong way. There we go. So now that fits in that little spot. And so that's how I also use the whiteboard. I use the whiteboard as a white background to put writing up there so that I can have a list of things, a bullet points. And again, you would get this all in the intermediate. And then we go a little bit deeper in the advanced program. All right, so let me go ahead and take that off. I could put my book up there. So if I had a book that I was promoting, it's one of my books that I wrote called Dog Sniff Evidence, and that would go perfectly in that little white spot. And again, these are just things to consider. And I tell you the tools you can use to do it both for free, and then there's some paid version, paid tools that you can use. Now, I'm going to get into the advanced, so just a little bit. What is that? I'm not sure what that is. Now you throw me off. What? This is one of the reasons why you don't show certain comments, because it throws you off and you can't figure out what people are saying. Amy cracks me up. All right. I'm sure there's something. Did I say that? Did I say axacax? Okay. So in the advanced is now is where I want to take you. A professional show that has intros and outros and sponsor opportunities during your show. I talk about that. And then we talk about repurposing. So you have your live broadcast that you do, like the live broadcast I'm doing right now. And then what you'll do is you'll make sure and repurpose the replay or the recording of your live broadcast in many ways. You can have a blog, a written blog. You can, through a number of shows, you can create either a book or a white paper that you offer out as a lead magnet for other stuff that you may be doing, or you may be able to turn it into a product. And so if you do a series of videos on how to do something, you could actually do the live videos in a private group, and then record those and then download them and put them into a program where you can actually sell it as a training program, where you can begin to make money off of your live videos and repurposing them in recorded form. If you're an author, you can do book readings on each one of the chapters of your book and promote your book in a very effective way of doing that. You can also create a blog from your Facebook Lives. You can create a podcast. So if I were to go ahead and take down my screen share here and go to iHeartRadio, you're going to see that where I repurposed the Andy Falco Show. And this is the Andy Falco Show on iHeartRadio. I have 54. I have 54 shows up on iHeartRadio. So if you went to iHeartRadio and just typed in the Andy Falco Show, you would find, you know what I should do? Hold on. I'm going to show you something here. Let me go ahead and take that back down. I'm going to stop screen sharing, screen share again. I thought about this after I put it up there. And here is what the Andy Falco Show would sound like. Now I need to change my background. And let me go ahead and put a black background so it doesn't look so odd. There you go. So that would be the background that you would rather have. All right, so we'll talk about that in the advanced program too. All right, so if I were to share with you what it sounds like, here's my show. Does that sound familiar? That's the beginning of the show. I'm going to speed up a little bit to get to... I keep getting some really good texts. Hold on, I got to respond. Of course, when I fast forward, I go to something like that. But that's part of the show. In the beginning, obviously, there was a text. It was probably from Amy, by the way. Probably text something very funny, made me laugh. But you can take your show, repurpose the audio, or repurpose the video. Well, it'd be both audio and video, or just audio, into a podcast or a podcast, as sometimes people call it. Then you could have a blog, which is a video blog, or you could have a blog. And all of those can be repurposed from your live stream. Yes, and in the advanced program, I'm going to show you how to do all that. I'll give you the tools that I use. We'll talk a little bit more about equipment like this Rode mic that I love. I love my Rode mic. And over there, at my other computer, I have a different type of mic, and I have a different camera than what I'm using here. Here, I'm at 1080p. And over on the other camera, it's 720, but this one's 1080p because of the type of camera that I'm using. And then we go into a little bit more detail about that kind of stuff. We also talk about using your phone by doing remote interviews in locations, and that'll be in the advanced program too. How to use your phone to go do remotes. And so you could go out and interview people. If you're the type of person as a show where you're gonna, if maybe you do reviews on restaurants, maybe you do reviews on just businesses around your town, which is one of the ideas I have. I have a URL for the county of Orange County, which I've been wanting to do a show around Orange County, just going to different businesses. And I think that's a really good show to do now, considering that a lot of business need more advertisement, need people to see what's going on. So I have a thought of doing a show about town, just reminding people that have been stuck at home in this pandemic on what's available, what restaurants are open, what are the options, do they just have takeout, do they have seating, do they have specials, do they deliver, and so and things like that. There's things like things for your dogs that you need to consider as we were opening back up here in Orange County. And so I think that's one of the shows I need to get up and running, as if I don't have enough to do, right? But that's what you're going to get in the advanced program. So Wednesday. Should be launching on Wednesday. I'll come on live. I'll be giving you the URL that you're going to go to so that you can sign up. Again, if you sign up within 5 days of Wednesday, it is going to be $29 to get in for all three programs. All three programs, the basic, the intermediate, and the advanced. After the 5 days, the price goes up significantly. So you're going to want to be ready on Wednesday when I make that announcement and get in to get all three of the programs for $10 a piece. Come on, $10 for the basic, $10 for the intermediate, $10 for the advanced. You get it all, and then you'll get some of the tools. Some of the tools are free. Some of the tools are programs that you have to pay for on a monthly or annual basis, and some of them every so often have lifetime. You pay one price and you have the tool for life. Many of them have affiliate programs, so if you are in the business of sharing your information and what you use, you'll end up making money by sharing that information too. All right, so just want to come on and give you that announcement that the advanced program will be launching on Wednesday. I have all faith that it will, and everything will hold up. As I've been having a little bit of internet problems and computer problems over the last couple of days. Again, I have 4 kids using the internet. They're all on Zoom all at the same time. And then here I am trying to do stuff too. And we blew things up the other day. And but it looks like everything's back up and running. And so everything should go as planned on Wednesday. All right. So just make sure and pay attention to what's going on. I'll be going live on all the platforms. If you're watching on any one of the 5 Facebook pages I'm broadcasting on right now, pay attention to that. Make sure and subscribe. And pay attention to that. Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube. If you're watching on Periscope, I don't think you can subscribe on Periscope still, or Twitter. I'm not a huge Twitter person. I do some lives and I look at a few things, but I'm not a big Twitter. I don't know a lot about Twitter. And I also am on Twitch. And I think you can subscribe to me on Twitch. So if you're watching this on Twitch, then make sure and subscribe on Twitch. All right, so we'll be going through the whole thing. Basic, intermediate, and advanced. It'll be available on Wednesday, all 3 for only $29. If you don't sign up within the first 5 days, that price will go up significantly, and then you'll be too late. All right, so just want to give you that. Those of you that are part of the foundation, the founders program, where you signed up in the early stages of the basic and intermediate, don't worry, you'll be getting an email telling you what your cost is and how you get into the advanced program. So that's the advantage of paying attention and signing up, because they paid like $9, and so it's significantly lower. But again, now everything's in there, everything's up and running. Of course, the price is going to be a little bit more expensive. All right, hope that's going to work for you. I'm looking forward to having you in the program, and then we're going to do some other stuff right after the big launch, and we'll have some live broadcasts and seminars and things like that we'll follow up with. All right, my friends, take care. I will see you later. And oh man, I'm on the wrong one. I forgot I changed folders. Hold on. Stand by. Here we go. And so professional. So professional. I'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye.